As somebody who has an MBA from Louisiana State University, has interviewed and worked for companies like Salesforce, Apple, Deloitte, Stanford, Sutter Health, and more, here are two big tips I have for you for landing a job right now in a hyper-competitive environment. Tip number one is you need to be ultra prepared. And I know it's a pain in the ass. I know it's going to necessitate a lot of your time and so much of your time, and it might culminate into you getting rejected. But you have to do it. You have to go look at the job description intently. And you need to think of a point. Use Google Docs. Use a blank sheet. You need to be taking notes. Word doc, anything. Just take notes. And look at all the requirements, the job requirements, and what they're looking for. And in each one, think of a point, like paste it onto a blank sheet, and then beneath it, think of a point that you have, that you've done in a prior job that pertains to that point that you can expand upon. And also know their mission, know their core values, understand a brief background about their history and who they are as a company. You need to be this prepared. It's the only thing that will help you stand out and make them believe that you're the right choice. And again, it's tough because you might end up putting all this time in and do 3-4 interviews for them to come back and say that they've made a different decision. But this is part of the game. And if you continue this, eventually you will land a good job. So that's key number one. Put the time in. The other thing I forgot to mention is that also prep some behavioral questions. Tell me about a time in which you such and such. Be sure to prepare for some behavioral questions because you know they're coming. They're inevitably coming. And you don't know which ones are coming. But what you can do is use a chat GPT or think of some yourself, mock up some scenarios, and study them. And also study for some of the questions that you know employers are going to ask. Tell me about yourself. Be organized in your answer. Organize your answer. Think about it. You always want to respond to questions like that and tie it back to the job description. Everything is tying it back to what they, to what was on their ad. Because that's what they're looking for most. So everything. And this is why you got to study really hard. And you might have 4 to 5 pages of a Google Doc. I've had jobs in which I've had, I'm not kidding you, 6-7 pages of just notes and studied for hours, like at least 3-4 hours, sometimes more. Because this is what it necessitates to land a good job that pays a good salary. Because there's a lot of other people that are looking to land that same job that you're going for. And yes, it is going to be heartbreaking a bit when they come and say, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm going another direction. But this is part of the game. And you'll get over it, and you need to keep the same approach and keep it moving. Now, key number 2 is a bit of a hot take. Don't do the LinkedIn banner. Don't do the LinkedIn banner. I don't like the LinkedIn banner. I advise against it. And I'll tell you why. I just feel like there's a little bit of desperation to it. I feel like it gives off the impression like I need the employer more than the employer needs me. And I don't think that ever works favorably. I just don't. These recruiters, these talent acquisition specialists are looking for somebody that they think is the best catch in the pond, the best catch in the sea. So you don't want to give off the impression that, oh, I'm out of a job. I need one so badly. Here's my open to work banner. Are you hiring? Listen, it might work for some people, but for me, I don't use it. I was just out of a job and I still didn't use it. Now, I suggest getting LinkedIn Premium. Then that way you can open up your profile to recruiters and they can see that you're in the job market. That I suggest. But I don't like the banner. I just don't like it. I think it's too much of a desperation. I need a job. And now it's just too competitive nowadays. And you want to act as though, there's always some psychology to human interactions and to success. You want to act as though you're the catch. That they need you as much as you need them, if not more. And I don't think that's conducive to that. I don't think posting the banner open to work is conducive to that. That's just my personal opinion. So those are 2 key tips I have, and thank you for watching.